Now, with Sun and Moon being right around the corner, exactly 6 days away as of recording this, I figured now is as good a time as any to talk about my Pokemon Sun and Moon team that I plan on having on my first LP of the game. If you guys are excited for today's video, definitely make sure to smash that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Comment and subscribe for more lit content. But that being said, I don't know what I'm doing. This is completely unscripted, by the way. We're just gonna get straight into this. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen these types of videos on YouTube where they go in and they talk about their Sun and Moon team that they plan on having. Now, I decided to compile this team of like my top 6 Pokemon that I really want to use, but this is all subject to change because maybe, you know, some of these Pokemon might not be available in the game, like in the actual game. They might be in the after game. Who knows? We really don't know for certain because I've really only been looking at very minor leaks. I've been trying to avoid a lot of the major leaks and like the locations of the Pokemon as much as possible. Now, on the topic of spoilers and leaks, there is one Pokemon on my team that has not been officially released by Nintendo just yet, but do not worry because I'll be including a timestamp down below in the description, so if you guys want to watch up to this certain point, and then I'll give you guys ample warning that, hey, we're going to be talking about this Pokemon that has not been officially released. You guys can then click that timestamp and completely skip that portion of the video. So hopefully it makes sense. If you guys don't want to watch it at all, that's fine. But if you guys do want to see the rest of my team and you want to see it spoiler free, then I will include that down below in the description. But that being said, let's get straight into this. So starting off here with my first Pokemon, we have Decidueye. I'm going to be choosing Rowlet, and the reason why I'm choosing Rowlet is because I freaking love Rowlet. Not gonna lie, when I first saw the starters, I was more of a Litten type of guy. You know, I saw Litten, I thought he was really cool, but then the memes happened. And then I grew a lot more attached to Rowlet, and I'm very proud to say that Rowlet is definitely gonna be my starter for Sun and Moon. I don't care if it's mainstream, I love him. When we saw Dartrix and Decidueye, it just kind of sold me on Rowlet. I mean, I thought Litten's second evolution was pretty cool, but then Incineroar happened, and I mean, I'm happy it's Fire Dark, but it's not really my cup of tea. I was really one of those people that hoped it would stay on 4 legs, just because I feel like it had a lot of potential in that area. And when it comes to Popplio, I really like Popplio's evolutions. I like Primaria. I think Water Fairy is a really cool typing, but I have to go with Decidueye. He's just so cool. You know what I'm saying? And I already have a perfect name for him. I'm going to be calling him Houdini, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with from Vanoss. I don't watch much Vanoss, but I remember seeing the Houdini video, and it just fits him so well. He kind of looks like a magician. I don't know why, but he kind of looks like a magician with a little bow tie, and I could really see him being a Houdini. So that's definitely going to be my first pick. But we're going to be moving on to my second pick, which is the one spoiler in this video. If you guys do want to skip it, I urge you to go ahead and click the timestamp down below in the video description. Alright, has everyone moved on that doesn't want to see spoilers? Yes? No? Maybe so? I'll give you 3 more seconds. No, I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So next up for my team, we have Salazzle, which is the evolution of Salandit, the little poison fire type lizard we got a long time ago. Honestly, I love this thing. Not gonna lie, when I saw a still image of Salazzle, I didn't think he was all that great. I mean, I thought he was pretty cool, but I didn't think he was living up to the hype that Salandit brought. But after seeing him in game, and I'll try and put some footage on screen. Hopefully, I don't get taken down by Nintendo. But I'll try and put some footage on screen of him in action. And let me just say, he is incredible. The 2 little like scarf type things on his back, I don't know what they are, but I'm pretty sure those light on fire, and then his tail gets like lined with flames. It's so cool. It is so freaking cool. So we have the poison and fire type Pokemon, Salazzle. I don't know how he's gonna work in competitive or anything like that. I didn't really check his stats. I really should though. But otherwise, his design is incredible. He looks really menacing, and especially in game, I love him. I adore him. Next up, hopefully everybody that wanted to avoid spoilers is now back. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Next up, we have Mimikyu. So we have our second ghost type here in the form of the little Pikachu clone, the ghost and fairy type Pokemon Mimikyu. The reason why I chose Mimikyu is because I love the lure behind him. I love the fact that he tries to fit in, but he just can't. He tries to act like Pikachu, so he's loved, and he's just like this little devil underneath a little cloth. I think it's just adorable. So I really like Mimikyu. He has a lot of mystery surrounding him with the whole, if you like open up the cloth, you get a disease, or I think it was something like that. So I think he's really interesting on that front, and I think it's really cool how he's trying to mimic Pikachu. And I love his name. I love his typing. Ghost Fairy is a really interesting typing. Not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed we haven't heard of a Mimi Raichu yet. But then again, I feel like that'd be kind of dumb, because the whole point of Mimikyu is that it's trying to replicate Pikachu. And Pikachu's obviously the popular one. Raichu isn't as loved as Pikachu. So it makes more sense for it just to impersonate Pikachu. But it would still be very interesting to see it evolve into a Mimi Raichu. But yeah, honestly, I love this thing. It's adorable. I think it's just like, it's a contained beast. I feel like underneath the cloth, this thing is just incredibly powerful. And there's so much mystery behind it, and I just think it's adorable. And I love its ability where it automatically puts up a substitute. Like, that's really, really cool. Next up, we have Lunala. And the reason why we're going with Lunala here is because I always use the main legend of the game I'm playing in regular LPs, because I never get to use the legends to begin with. Whether it be competitive because I don't play Ubers, or just in the game in general, I never get to use these crazy strong Pokemon. So whenever I'm doing a regular Let's Play, I always take every opportunity I get to use the legend of the game, because I think it's just really fun. It's a Pokemon I never get to use, and I feel like Lunala is just awesome. Now, if you guys aren't aware, I always choose which version of the game I use as my main copy based on the legendary and the legendary alone. That's how it's always been. Like, when I went to get Pokemon White, I chose White over Black because I preferred Zekrom. When I was going to get X and Y, I chose Yveltal over Xerneas. That's why Pokemon Y was my main copy. When I went with Alpha Sapphire over Mega Ruby, I chose it 100% based on Kyogre itself. So this time around, I chose Lunala over Solgaleo, and I like Solgaleo, but the problem with Solgaleo is I feel like we've had too many fire-esque lions. I know it's not a fire type, but we already had Pyroar, and we already have Entei, and it just reminds me of those Pokemon way too much. So I decided, you know what, Lunala, it looks really cool, and it's a bat, and it flies, and it's awesome. So we have Lunala here, and I always try to use the main legend in my Let's Plays, because I never really get to use the legends anywhere else. So I'm gonna use Lunala. It might be, you know, it might be overpowered, it might make the game too easy, but we're probably not gonna get it until late game. And who knows, it might even be after game. Because I know, like, Kyurem from Black and White 2, you didn't get until after game. So maybe we won't get Lunala until after game. Who knows? But we have Lunala here. I like its typing. I like the design. I think it's powerful. It's going to be lit. Next up, for our 5th Pokemon, we have Wishiwashi. Now, the reason why we're going with Wishiwashi here is because I love the concept. I love how it transforms into this crazy, powerful fish mech. It forms together, it brings a bunch of Wishiwashi together. It's kind of like Zygarde 100%, I guess. I love the concept, I love the Pokemon, and even just like the base form I think is really cool. But yeah, besides that, Wishiwashi's school form is incredibly powerful. Like, you guys saw it in the trailer, you guys saw it when it attacked the guy riding the Lapras. Like, that was wild. That was wild. So I'm really looking forward to using Wishiwashi. It was really hard choosing Wishiwashi because there is another water type that I would have loved to have on my team, and of course that is Lapras. And, you know, I told myself, you know what, for my first LP, I'm going to go in with 100% new Pokemon, and you already get to use Lapras as a Pokeride Pokemon, so I figured, you know what, there's no point, we'll just put Wishiwashi on here. I think Wishiwashi is dope, I love the concept, as I already said, and I think it's going to be lit. So, that's that. Moving on to my final Pokemon, we have Silvally. Yes, I had to. I told myself, you know what, we have a huge ghost weakness. Having a normal type would not be that bad. It also, of course, the concept of it mimicking Arceus with the Arceus system, I think it's just genius. I love Arceus. I love the whole backstory to this Pokemon, how it is an Arceus clone, or at least that's what it's coming off as. So it looks like a man-made attempt at Arceus, and I think that's really, really dope. And also, seeing as this team isn't exactly the most balanced in the world, we could possibly use the Arceus system to our advantage, maybe change up the type of it, and you know, get some better diversity on the team. Besides that, though, I think its design is incredible. Type Null I wasn't too sold on. I thought it was really interesting, but I wasn't sure where they were going with it at first. But Silvally opened my eyes, and I think it's just dope, and I'm really, really looking forward to using it. And I just realized now, we don't have many Pokemon that actually evolve on our team. I mean, half our team is of Pokemon that don't evolve. I just now realized that, so that'll be interesting. But I think that is going to be my Sun and Moon team. That would be the ideal situation if I do end up getting my hands on these Pokemon before the after game. Obviously, things are subject to change. If, you know, a certain Pokemon comes around that I would rather catch than something else, then I will. I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully you guys are excited for the 18th. Of course, my LP will be dropping right at midnight, or around midnight-ish. I'm going to be going to GameStop at the midnight release, picking up the game, coming back, and I'll get it to you guys as soon as possible. I'm definitely not going to be the first by any means, but I promise you guys we're going to be having a super high-quality Pokemon Moon Let's Play, so look forward to that. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time.